But there are a lot of different versions of this story. In one version, the first and second place students looked out the window to see that the courtyard had become a sea of blood. The courtyard was a sea of blood. Focusing on those words, I asked a question. What happened to the first and second place? Did they survive? I'm not sure. But going by the flow of the story, I think they would have survived. I wouldn't know exactly, even if you asked me. It's not like it's a story that really happened, it's just a scary story. Gyeong-won laughed as he responded, probably because he thought I was digging uselessly into a silly story. Why are you taking this scary story so seriously? And he laughed. Again. Aren't you also not leaving the classroom because you took that story seriously? Well, it did bother me a bit, but that wasn't the main reason why I didn't leave. Although Gyeong-won was slightly embarrassed, it seemed like a good opportunity to brag about how smart he was, so he began speaking a lot more. Your understanding of On Gyeong-won has increased by 10. Detailed information can be seen after you unlock the status window. I was thinking that if the school was in a blackout, all of the microphone and other equipment wouldn't work, so the teachers would just send us back to the classroom. Was he suggesting that he didn't want to needlessly walk back and forth? So, I was thinking it would be easier on me to just stay here sitting. I see. In other words, he didn't want to bother moving around. He didn't really have a serious reason as to why he decided to stay here. But what do you think about the fact that the speakers actually worked, despite the blackout? At least it seemed like Gyeong-won knew a bit more than I did. I asked the question that just popped up in my head. Although we could say that it was just a part of the story, the speakers had in fact worked during a blackout. I wonder what had really happened. That is. He started to think after hearing my question. He began to grimace and scrunch his brow before answering. Maybe the source of the electricity for the speakers is different from the other parts of the school? Really? It's just a guess. I wouldn't know for sure. The source of the electricity was different? Was that possible? Well, I wasn't an electrician, so I wouldn't know. But I thought that it was wrong to bring in some vague scientific reasoning to that bizarre and abnormal occurrence. Later, there would be unexplainable explosions of people's heads, so there was no way that the bizarre occult wasn't involved. I summoned the message window again and read it once more.